Hi, everyone. It's Carolyn Moor from the Modern Widows Club, and it is March 2023. So that means we're in a new season. We're moving out of winter and we're coming into spring, which a lot of people look forward to. I certainly do. And so we have a new topic this month. It's called Choosing the Gift of Your Life. And this falls under the pillar of spiritual health, under the 7 pillars that we have here of health at Modern Widows Club. So this month, we will be contemplating on the gift of choosing life after loss. For all of us, losing our partner and our spouse was not a choice. However, becoming a twosome with them was. So in widowhood, standing solo without them returns us to choosing for ourselves on how to proceed. Now, in early widowhood, it doesn't feel like we are choosing anything except to do what is hard and necessary to survive, taking care of the end of life for the person we loved is really just first and foremost, right? However, a time will come when you will slow down, come to a lessening, and we will be in a life that's all our own. It is at that moment that we have choices to make for ourselves that will impact our future trajectory that is worth contemplating on in a deeper way. By finding our innate strength and courage that every widow has internally, it will feel like hope is not lost. When we remain open to release any of the self-limiting and the self-defeating beliefs about ourselves, well, it can be liberating. When we learn how grief is passing through our bodies and our mind and our soul, we will discover a way to allow it to keep passing through us and allowing it to not get stuck. So for all of us, I can easily say the pandemic was particularly isolating, lonely, constrictive, and distancing. I think for many of us in widowhood, it either allowed us time to contemplate and reflect, or it opened up our eyes to the need of finding community to live with the isolation that it causes. So in a way, the pandemic gave many people an experience quite similar to widowhood. In the stark, sort of uncontrollable inability to determine what was happening around them, and just having to take the hits of uncertainty. You know, the many secondary losses that we experience, other people started experiencing this in life. The future was unknown and undetermined. But for me, speaking with many other widows who indicated there was a parallel, it really helped them to see that they weren't alone in seeing and feeling this. I personally believe that Modern Widows Club is life-saving for widows before, during, and after the pandemic. Our community honestly struggled with mental health, with economic stability, the ability to do it all, to face the uncertainty upon uncertainty, causing immeasurable amounts of stress and anxiety. But the resilience that we have built as a community and as an organization was something that we could all lean into. Collective resilience is what we are able to tap into and share while feeling meaningful and purposeful. So that is why this choosing the gift of your life message is so vitally important. It matters in the sum of the total we each give from. Now, in this book right here, Resilience, the Science of Mastering Life's Greatest Challenges by the late Dr. Steve Southwick and Dennis Charning. His research proved that community resilience relies on, number one, effective sharing of resources, and number two, depends on 4 primary resources. And I'm going to share those with you now. The first one is economic development. Okay, so the diversity and the distribution of resources. We are powerful when we give to this vision of widow empowerment. What does that look like? Talent, treasure, time. We are all part of this collective resilience at Modern Widows Club, right? You know, the second thing is social capital, relationships between individuals and community and organizations and community at large. This includes like our participation, our shared values, receiving and giving social support. At MWC, we're 50,000 women strong with a base of about, you know, around 160 volunteers and 4 staff members, right? We're all a part of building this collective resilience. And then the third one is information and communication, sharing information, right? We do this every day at Modern Widows Club. You know, everyone who speaks at our events and we share on social media, we're sharing important information and communication about widows. And the fourth one is community competence. This means when all the above is activated at MWC, we are mission activation on every level. When you join any of the 26 programs at MWC, you are actually being a healing agent for the whole movement. Modern Widows Club is an incubator of this kind of choosing life, building collective resilience, and solving what needs to be resolved for each one of us. Widowhood is complex, and this month, our legendary widow is Helena Lopata, and she said, so that in her current Widowhood Myths versus Reality book from 1995, that widows understand better than anyone what widows need. We, all of us, are the subject matter experts. Yeah, yes, we are. That is why your life and your voice matters. If not for you and choosing the gift of your life, community resilience can't be achieved. That's the power of you. Yeah, evident in the collective finding hope, healing, and growth mission that we are all on this pathway, right? So I hope this gives you some inspiration to reflect on as you lean into the deeper meaning for life this month. Okay, so now I want to talk about this legendary widow role model like we have every month, Helena Lopata. Now, I gotta say, when I became a widow researcher, I went looking for, well, people who researched widows, right? And I did. I found this book, Current Widowhood, from 1995, and I have highlighted this book up. I am blown away by the research she has done. But let me tell you a little bit about her as a legendary widow role model. Now, Helena was actually born in Poznan, Poland on October 1st, 1925, and lived there until the age of 15. Her father was a Polish sociologist who was already in the United States. Now, when the Nazis occupied Poland in September 1939, as part of their campaign to weaken the resistance, Helena and her mother, Eileen, were sent to a concentration camp. Helena spoke of this about her mother in a column, in a very compelling column, in saying this about her mother. Upon seeing the cattle cars, my mother decided to act. Having been trained as an American lawyer, she marched to the camp commander demanding to be released. She said that she did not understand what was going on, but that she had important friends in America that would cause trouble. This was before the United States entered into the war. The commander became frightened and let them go. The Poles standing outside the fence were throwing stones at them. And because they had thought the reason why they had gotten off is they had claimed to be German. And so her mother yelled in Polish, which was, by the way, something you're not supposed to do, that we were Americans. And with that, the crowd carried them on their backs to the streetcar and would return to safety in Poznan. Now, from Poznan, Helena and her mother made their way with difficulty through Austria and Italy, and then eventually to the United States, joining her dad and with her mom. And they had accepted a teaching position at the University of Illinois. Helena finished high school in Champaign, Illinois, and she received her bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Illinois. She received her PhD in 1954 from the University of Chicago. Now, Helena Lopata went on to become a professor of sociology, just like her dad, at Loyola University in Chicago. And she was a faculty member there from 1969 until her retirement in 1997. And during that time, she married her husband, Richard Lopata, who later died during this time in 1994. Okay. Until her death, she remained an active member of the department and the profession, teaching, participating in national and international conferences, and writing. You will hear me mention this book often because of how much she changed for widows when this launched in 1995. She literally was the pioneer of widow research. Her many articles and books covered a variety of topics, including social roles, the life course, time, grief, loneliness, family support networks, and women's employment. It was a foretelling book, spot on. But unfortunately, no one continued her life's work in studying widowhood. Helena died in Wisconsin at the age of 77 on February 12, 2003. Her children, her son and her daughter, and 3 grandchildren survive her. I love this first sentence of this book where Helena says, "Studying widowhood is not easy. People become widowed in several ways, and there are numerous influences on the consequences of this process." Helena paved the way for widows to be recognized in research, and today, I honorably continue her work. I am grateful for her legacy and the opportunity to continue her important life's work. Gotta love her. Okay, so this month we've got some holidays and happenings. Well, it's National Women's History Month. And so you'll be hearing a lot about widowed women. We focus on women particularly who are widowed because they're rarely ever featured during this month. So I'm looking forward to that. March 4th is National Sons Day. March 8th is International Women's Day. Again, we'll be talking about widowed women. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. And March 20th, spring begins here in the U.S. region. Now, March 21st is National Single Parent Day. And we'll be recognizing all the hard work and devotion and sacrifice of single solo parenting that we have here. And I have one invitation for everyone, and it is this. It is our 2023 virtual Widow Empowerment event that's coming up Saturday, April 29th. Registration's open. I hope to see you there. So sign up for this extraordinary day. Even if you can't make it live, we're going to record everything so you'll receive it even if you register and you miss some of them. Okay. All the speakers we have are focused on health and well-being for you, the modern widow. So I hope you will join us. We love this event because women come from all over the world to be able to really gain the knowledge and the relevant resources that help them find the hope, healing, and growth we want for you here at Modern Widows Club. So have a great month. I will see you online. Much love to you.